The Far Cry series has always been entertaining us with fun and creative Easter eggs, and this edition is definitely no different, as today we'll be checking out at least 20 secrets, Easter eggs and references in Far Cry 6. And please be warned that there are several story spoilers ahead, which I will notify you about as we get closer to them, as this is the Easter Egg Hunter.
I'm Freddy Fonseca Jr., future big leaguer, and the son of Yara's greatest baseball player.
During the Aaron story Stealing Home, Danny is asked by Freddy Fonseca Jr. and son of a famous baseball star to acquire 3 items that were stolen from his father's shrine in Feroza, including his glove, jersey, and oddly, even his lucky jockstrap. And it is when you find his jersey at the Special Forces base at the Ventosa Peninsula that you can find a tiny secret message. But one of the first secrets and references that you may stumble upon in the game can be found during the operation known as One of a Kind, and is a shout out to Stanley Kubrick's 1987 movie Full Metal Jacket.
This is more like it.
Step back away from it.
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
One of the most useful movements in any Assassin's Creed title is of course the Leap of Faith, and is something that has been referenced in many video games over the years. However, in Far Cry 6, it's a little different. You see, if you visit the Prado Meadows on the first island, here you can find a small tower that's home to a plank that kind of offers you the chance to jump out of the building, and just as you approach the edge, you can hear that classic bird call from above. And there's even some hay bales that are scattered down below, which traditionally would break your fall. Just not in this game. And if you're after more Ubisoft references, then there are plenty to be found, including multiple references to previous Far Cry titles. And scattered around the map you can find a magazine that advertises an interview with Pagan Min, and of course the main antagonist from Far Cry 4.
Introductions. Ajay Gale, our guest of honor, and I of course am Pagan Min.
There's a dog tag charm you can collect that reads, "Is it really a surprise that the CIA found their way onto Yara?" And if you inspect the tag closely, you will find that it belongs to Willis Huntley, the CIA operative who appeared in Far Cry 3, 4 and 5. During the Aaron story named Boom or Bust, you're searching for a shipping container that's supposed to be filled with weapons, but also comes with a free dog.
How did you get in here, boy?
Which just so happens to be our pal, Boomer, from Far Cry 5, which Danny names Boom Boom and becomes one of the many amigos to help us deal with enemies.
What the fuck, Danny? It has no identity? Give it a name.
Okay. How about Boom Boom?
And speaking of amigos, because once you complete the operation known as the Gorilla during the first part of the game, and if you own the Season Pass, then not only will you unlock the Far Cry Blood Dragon set that includes the Blood Dragon attire, the Cobra sniper rifle, the Amiga Enforcer vehicle, the Killstar charm, the Blood Dragon bobblehead for your vehicles, and the AGM-9, and one of my favourite weapons I used throughout the game, but also the Amigo K9000, whom has a QR code attached to his collar. And if you happen to scan it, then it will send you to bobbypills.com, an animation studio in Paris who is currently making Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix and an anime series for Netflix, and where you can play a mini puzzle game and unlock some exclusive Captain Laserhawk artwork. But the best Far Cry reference comes in the form of an Easter egg thanks to the operation known as the Deported that occurs much later in the game.
Danny, the situation has changed.
I don't want to hear it right now, Juan.
See, he's a skin tag on a weasel's asshole.
Well.
But we just made a deal.
As eventually you'll catch up to Sean Mckay, who handles Castillo's imports and exports, and you're given the choice to kill him or let him go. But if you do decide to let him go, and instead of walking away, leaving the room and returning to the island, you should instead hang around to listen in on his conversations.
Walk out and go. The minute you step foot on the mainland, I'll wire Libertad the dinero. Look, you lasted this long without pulling the trigger, so you really are past the girly, emotional stage. Very mature, by the way. See, now you're thinking like a man. Logically. It's simple. Me live, you rich. Me die, you no money. Now, if you don't mind, I have business in another time zone that I need to take care of. Toodles, backpack. Yeah, sorry about being late. I had some stuff with that Yara project I needed to tie up. I'm happy you're late, Willis. It makes me look good. So, I got 2 ships full of WMDs and Viviro out of here for you. Yeah, did it before these kids could stop it. I'll call you again once I'm back stateside. Could be a while. Yeah. Longinus, baby, come on, where have you been? You wouldn't believe this, but I'm in Yara, your old stomping grounds, buddy. Now listen. Not sure if you're in the things that kill people game anymore, but I got some WMDs that you can make use of. You heading back to Karat anytime soon?
While in the Santo Amaro Cemetery, located to the far southeast of the mainland, it is if you visit the building in the centre where lots of graves and shrines rest that you can read a note about the locals running into a ghost that apparently haunts the graveyard at night. And if you do decide to return here at night, then the first thing you will see is this glowing blue energy that randomly sweeps across the tops of the graves. Then if you choose to read the note again, then this will happen. Yeah, the ghost of a man will point you in the direction of a grave and another note, where a couple have lost their son and the grieving parents appear to go their separate ways, and the wife decides to relocate to Casa Dario. And if you venture to this location, then you will find out that the husband came and killed his wife in a jealous rage because she appeared to be dealing with the loss of their son better than he was.
Luas must be watching me.
Right, next up is a small tribute to Jurassic Park, thanks to the special operations where Danny goes hunting for a weapon known as PG-240X, and the first location you visit is Mesozoic Park.
Welcome to Mesozoic Park.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Marvel at their impressive size. Learn incredible facts.
There are plenty of things to keep you busy while you roam the vast world of Far Cry 6, and when you're not taking on operations, you can deal out tasks instead for recruits to take on while you press on with something else, and perhaps some racing. Both of which will provide you with secret unlockables and familiar bobbleheads to add to your vehicle's dashboard. While if you head to the Oasis Plains to the north of the map, it is here where you can start a treasure hunt called Cash Money, where you can uncover the secrets of a military storage facility and enter Bunker 2. Where you can find a note that lists items that are to be auctioned off, including a once broken ancient spear, which is probably a reference to the spear of Leonidas from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. There's a silver dragon Chinese knife, which is from Far Cry 3. There is an urn, which I'm not too sure about, and a pair of ancient concealed blades referring to the hidden blades we use in Assassin's Creed. But there's also a reference to Ubisoft's action-adventure title Starlink: Battle for Atlas. Plus, you can also discover and help yourself to the Sobek Special Sniper Rifle made in honour of the ancient Egyptian god and a boss you can find in Assassin's Creed Origins.
I can see why they wanted to hide this. Hide now, motherfuckers.
Okay, so next up we're taking a look at two secret endings, and the first is located right at the depth of the game and after the credits have rolled, as you can hear Juan talking to Vas from Far Cry 3.
Libertad thanks you for your support. And I come bearing good news. Our Ribero supply has tripled.
It's so sad about that Castillo kid. I mean, what his papa did. Wow, that is crazy.
Nah, a tragedy.
Well, some people are just sick in the mind, hermano. They're out of control.
Same time next week.
Well, you can bet your life on it.
But the second secret ending occurs much earlier on in the game, as once you've completed the Operation Libertad Rises, you can now venture to the main island of Yara, explore the story further, strengthen your ties with the locals, and hopefully one day take down Anton Castillo. Or, if you can't be bothered with any of that, then there is always another option.
Julio checked in.
Proof of death. Join your friend Lita in a suite hereafter.
I keep my promises, Danny. You wanted a boat, you got a boat.
It's a beautiful piece of shit, but it'll get you to a Yankee beach. One with the naked fatties.
You two are just gonna let me leave. Bullshit.
You could have sold us out a long time ago. You're my best kid here. I can't promise you victory, I can't even promise you survival. What I can promise you is this. You are the lucky one.
That usually work?
50-50.
Mi pinga. I bet this fucking boat will sink halfway to Miami.
Despite the tragedy, the company promises that its secretive new resort park will soon be open to the public. In other news, war has ended in Yara. President Anton Castillo announced that Clara Garcia, the leader of the terrorist group Libertad, was killed by his special forces. And as the pandemic tightens its grip on the globe, the federal government may impose another nationwide lockdown. But first, how about something a little more upbeat?
Our last two secrets are definitely the biggest I've come across so far, and the first covers the biggest treasure you can collect, which starts off with a visit to the Ulua Cave on the first island, as here you will find a note that tells those who seek out the 3 relics that have been hidden far and wide across the mainland and bring them back to this very spot will be rewarded with the weapons of the Triada. It's a pretty fun adventure that will send you to 3 very different locations where you'll use zip lines, solve puzzles, traverse walls and jumps, complete various tests and even experience a haunted house, which is definitely the best part.
What the fuck?
And once that's all said and done and you have returned to the first cave, you can then gather your reward, which includes a Triadador stealth attire, a Supremo weapon, and a Luso, a deadly cat who will join your Amigo collection.
I'm sorry. But you attacked me first, remember? We good now.
While the final Easter egg is definitely my favourite and is a tribute to the Indiana Jones movies and can be started near the house in Casa Dario.
Who does that?
That belongs in a museum.
Oye, now we're getting somewhere. Eso. Shit!
Coño! That was worse than I expected.
What do you know about voodoo?
Oh, shake it, babe.
I'm getting drunk. Are there any girls there? Daddy? Someone's looking at me.
I hope it was worth it for you.